This may be your grandpa's tractor. But what about this?
It's white-knuckled from the beginning to the end of the run, but it was a lot of fun.
And of course, it's not just for the guys.
Tried it out and I love it. Still new though, so we'll see how it goes tonight.
Are you nervous?
Getting a little bit nervous, yeah. But that's part of it, I guess.
The toughest tractor, the strongest semi, the biggest amount of horsepower possible. But at this tractor and truck pull, there's the softer side. That takes us to the heart of the story. They come from several states, strangers, friends, rookies, and old pros alike. It's a unique sport that gives the competition a little boost. Make that a big boost, pulling them out of their daily routine. See a lot of farmers out here. And how do you take the time during a busy season?
Well, I missed last night's pull. They were up in Dickeyville, Wisconsin, and we were spraying our beans because the foreman has to come first. Yep.
So this is it's also a nice break for those guys that are putting in a lot of hours during the spring and getting ready for the fall. You get to have some fun during the summer.
Yeah. Yep, be with the guys that you're closest with, and yep, just a lot of fun.
This thing is obviously not your typical tractor. What made you decide to take a tractor and turn it into this?
You know, it's just passion for the farming and the sport. You know, just to see how far you can take these things and keep them together.
You remember your first run and what that was like for you?
Yes, I was white-knuckled from the beginning to the end of the run, but it was a lot of fun. This is a family. Yeah, these guys, everybody helps each other if somebody's got problems, and if there's parts that somebody needs, the community comes together and helps them out.
And as you can see, it's not just farmers here. This hobby/business is powering up more and more every year.
I mean, when we first started this 3 years ago, we had 45 tractors here, maybe 60 with the farm class. Today, we're going to be over 160.
Two guys, Jake Peters and John Postian, pulled it all together.
Me and my partner, Jake Peters, we decided that we're going to do it for charity. We don't actually need to do it for the money. We're not promoters. It's more of a charity event, so we started a nonprofit, Pulling for You Promotions, and all the proceeds from every tractor pull we do every year goes to charity.
More on that in a minute, but first we got to find out how a tractor truck pull works. Scott takes us to school.
Well, there'll be a mechanical weight transfer sled. We'll hook the tractor, truck, or whatever to it, and you'll see a box full of weight that sits under the cab of that sled. And as that sled moves forward, a series of gears and chains and everything will move that box forward and essentially slow down and stop the tractor.
So they're all going to stop at some point, so who gets the furthest, right?
That's right, yep.
So as a judge, are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, in safety is obviously number one. Safety stuff, and got to stay within the white lines. Certain classes will have a speed limit, weight limit, stuff like that.
What got you into it?
Just the love of motorsports. So,
this is a unique motorsport.
It is, that's right, yep. Yeah, you can't go just anywhere and see this. You know, you kind of got to follow the circuit. You can come every Friday night and see a race here, but you got to travel elsewhere to find a tractor pull. So.
What's your favorite part about this?
Smoke. Smoke's always a good part.
You like it when it's billowing from these tractors and semis?
Yep. It's always fun. Smoke and horsepower and just hearing the rumble. It's just one of those things.
Still a kid at heart with
That's right.
Stuff, huh?
Yep.
Cool. Hey man, thanks. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Matt's been competing for 7 years in several states with a Bad Company pulling team.
You can have the most amount of power out there, and that's, you're not going to win every time because of that. I mean, you got to know how to drive, you got to watch the track, and get the truck ready, and then there's a lot of factors into it.
So it's not just shifting the gears and kind of letting it take you along for the ride. You got to work it every step.
You kind of got to read the track. I mean, there's such a thing as like a power track. Well, You know, a power track, it takes a lot of power, and it bites hard. Then you basically got to rev it up a little bit, higher, and then get off the clutch a little bit sooner. Then if you get a really loose or soft track, well, then you kind of got to really ride the clutch, because if you just sit there and spin, you're not going anywhere. So then you also try and maybe put it in a little bit higher of a gear too sometimes.
Are you just making this stuff up, or is this real?
I just kind of rehearsed this before you got here.
On this day, Holly is behind the wheel.
I drove last week in Jessup. I'm still new to this though. This is my, going to be 4th pull, possibly? So, yeah, still new.
What got you into it?
From him. I've always thought it was a lot of fun though, and this year, I guess the end of last year, I decided that I wanted to try it out, so tried it out and I love it. Still new though, so we'll see how it goes tonight.
Are you nervous?
Getting a little bit nervous, yeah, but that's part of it, I guess.
How you feeling?
A little nervous though.
This is not just your truck. Come on up and take a peek inside.
Yeah, you guys
Not a whole lot. You can't take this on a family vacation, huh?
No. Can't go down the road at all.
And this is what, just a basic gear shifter right there?
Yep. It's got one gear that we run, and that's it.
That's it?
Yep. One gear. We can change them if we need to.
There is another part to all this, because what you don't see here through all the smoke, and what you can't hear under the roar of the engines and cheering from the fans in the stands, is the heart behind all this. You see, for John, it's personal. You got all these tough guys, all this tough equipment, tough machinery, tough men and women. There's a softness inside. Tell me about the charity, and in particular the drive this year that touches your heart.
Okay. One second.
Because last year's charities touched very close to home. Children's Therapy Center and Laurel's Children's Hospital out of Chicago, in memory of his niece.
Lindsay, that passed away last July 31st from ALS, and they kept her brain and her stem and DNA, and they actually got a project up there called the Lindsay Project that they're studying why ALS took a 17-year-old's life so fast.
How fast was it that it took her?
9 months.
So that was obviously very difficult on the family, trying to get your mind around the fact that you lost a 17-year-old to a disease that not many people have.
Right. And the ironic thing is, she always liked to come to the farm because I taught her how to drive a tractor. She's from Chicago. So when she would go back to Chicago, she'd go, oh, hey, I was at my uncle's farm. I got to drive a gator. I got to drive his truck. I got to drive the tractor on the hay rack ride, So it's kind of ironic that we're doing a fundraiser for her, basically, with a tractor pull.
So on the stage, his sister sings. His family and close friends surround him.
And the reason this one's kind of sentimental to me because it's my niece that passed away. And her parents are sitting right over there at my booth. And from ALS. And that's all I got to say about that right now.
It's time for the tractors and the trucks to get to work. Pulling with everything they have, raising money to help others while enjoying this unique experience. The rush, the thrill, that even after they're forced to stop, get right back on track to do it over and over again. Her words, her thoughts. What would she be saying to you about now as she sees you going crazy trying to pull all this together in her memory?
Uncle John, you're crazy. So,
in a good way.
In a good way.
Hey, what's this mean to your life overall, being able to participate, being able to build something like this and see it get bigger every year?
It's exciting. To me, it's Like we started this out with, we were going to just have farm tractors and maybe have 500-600 people in the stands, and now all of a sudden the community's behind us, and we get sponsors from, you know, all my gold, silver, and bronze sponsors that every year I go and ask. They actually call me, John, hey, when's your tractor pull? So it's exciting to me that the community's even getting on board saying, hey, that was fun for my family. You know, I want to come back. When is it next year?
Thanks to our sponsors. Check out the links to support them in our show notes. Watch and listen to our other inspiring racing stories, including Victory Lap, Teen Racer, and Driver Rescues Wife. Let us know what you think. Please subscribe. Follow us on the TVA Media Facebook page and our website. This is American Drive and the Heart of the Story with Gary Metivier podcast and YouTube.